In this episode, I'm going to be telling you guys how to move to the Netherlands in 2 weeks. Just 14 days. Move to the Netherlands in 14 days. And if you're interested in moving to the Netherlands, well, maybe Christmas just came early for you because in this video, I'm going to be telling you everything you need to know. I'm going to be breaking down all the documents, processing times, what you should and shouldn't do in your application for a work visa to the Netherlands. So if you're interested, why don't you give me 1 second? I'm going to dash up to the market and I'm going to be right back with more.
You know the way I do it when I drop lyrical. Anytime I spit lyrical, philosophical. All the niggas mimical, but they stare still on taking literal. Punchlines collateral. Maximum damage.
Hello, Chronicles. Hello, YouTube. How are you all doing today? It's still your value-based King Fuse from FuseChronicles.com. And like I said in the introduction, in this video, I'm going to be telling you guys how to move to the Netherlands in just 14 days. This is insane! 14 days, and you're going to be moving or relocating from wherever you are, whatever country or city in the world you currently are living in, and relocating, moving straight to the Netherlands, whether it's Amsterdam or whatever city in the Netherlands. You can move to that city in the land of the Dutch in just 14 days, okay? Now, there are many visa categories that you can use to get this done, but in this video, I'm going to be talking about 2 visa categories in particular, and this is the Netherlands regular pay visa and the visa for self-employed or entrepreneurs, okay? So there are other visa categories that are out there. There's the European Blue Card that gives people access not just to the Netherlands but to other European Union countries where you can get work basically and live in whatever European country you so choose to. But if you want to use the European Blue Card to stay in the Netherlands, you need to apply for a work permit. But I'm not going to be talking about that today. If you're interested in knowing more about the European Blue Card, why don't you leave it down in the comment section and say, I want to know more, and I'm going to make a separate video for that particular content. Now, the regular pay visa is a visa category for people who are looking to move into the Netherlands just for work. Okay, regular jobs. It could just be maybe a customer service job. It could be just working as a secretary in a company. It could be working as a retail agent in a grocery store. Just those kind of regular type of jobs. But these jobs, they pay really well. Now, the beautiful thing about the Netherlands is they make sure that people who are working under this particular visa category get paid a minimum wage. And I think the minimum wage is over 3,000 euros. I think it's 3,292 euros or thereabout. Now that is good money coming to you every month. That is something you can use to look after yourself, look after your family members if you're traveling with your family members, or even send to your family members back home if that's the arrangements that you're going on. Now, if you want to get to the Netherlands, now this is irrespective of whether you're going with a Netherlands regular job visa, or I think it's called the Netherlands regular pay visa, or as a self-employed person who I'm going to talk about the category, the criteria for eligibility later down the line. Whatever you're going, whatever work visa category you're looking to use to get into the Netherlands, there's certain things that you need to take note of first. Now, if you're going to Netherlands with the intention of working for 90 days or less, then you need to apply to a company first in the Netherlands that is going to accept you as an employee of that cooperation. All right? Now, if you're going to be working for 90 days or less, the company is going to help you process a work permit. Now, they're going to help you process what is known as an employment permit. They're not going to be the one processing it for you, but they're going to facilitate and fast track the process. They're going to apply for this employment permit with the Dutch Employment Agency. However, if you are looking to stay in the Netherlands, maybe you love Amsterdam, the weather is good, maybe you heard that the laws are freer, because the laws in the Netherlands are actually freer, and the cost of living, standard of living is really, really good. You get more bang for your buck, meaning you can spend less money and get more stuff. Is that good in the Netherlands? Now, if you want to stay for over 90 days, which is known as the long stay, you would have to apply for a single permit. Please, guys, pay attention. Many people have complained that the visa application process for the Netherlands is rather tedious and very confusing, so I need you guys to pay attention. So don't forget, short stay and employment permit. A long stay, you need to apply for a single permit. Now, what a single permit does is a dual access permit. It grants you residency in the Netherlands and also grants you the authority to work. So it grants you residency and a work permit. This is for people who are looking to stay longer. However, the company that is employing you is going to help you facilitate the processing of your employment permit for short stay. But if you're looking to apply for a single permit, which gives you residency and work permit, you have to do this by yourself. No company is going to help you. You have to do this by yourself. And you don't send your application to the Dutch Employment Agency. You send your application to the Immigration and Naturalization Services for the Netherlands. They're the people that are going to be processing this application for you, and when it's ready, whether they grant you or deny you access, depending on the support documents, or whether you were able to hold down a company that's accepted to employ you, whether you get accepted or denied, they're the ones that are going to reach out to you with a decision. Alright? Now, there are certain conditions in which, or there's certain times when the company or your Netherlands sponsor, the company has accepted you to work for them when you get to the Netherlands. There's certain times that they will step in and help you process or facilitate the processing of your single permit, which you would have otherwise done by yourself. Say, for example, the company has had open positions for 5 weeks to over maybe 5 months. Because usually when you get accepted by a company to come to the Netherlands to work for them, the Dutch Employment Agency and the Immigration and Naturalization Services would have to review these positions to make sure that there are no locals, people from the Netherlands or people from the European Economic Area or Switzerland. None of these people can fill in these positions. Okay, so they want to keep these positions local. They want to create more jobs and opportunities for their people or people from the European bloc. So they need to review these positions and figure out that, listen, these jobs, professionals in these jobs are very rare. So there's nobody here that can fill this position. So we're going to open it to people from other countries. This is the reason, or these are the processes that goes into allocating either an employment permit to you or a single permit to you, depending on the period of stay that you're going to be applying for to stay in the Netherlands. Alright, so when you put in this application and you get granted, I wanted to make a point earlier. A company can choose to help you facilitate the processing of your single permit if they find out that this job opening has been there for a very long time. They've been looking for professionals to fill in this position, but somehow it's been very difficult, and then suddenly your application comes in, your cover letter comes in, your CV or resume comes in, and they realize, oh my God, he's here, Christmas has happened, he's here. This man can fill this position. Because of the scarcity of professionals for certain open positions, they could decide to fast track your single permit. Now companies, remember I said, companies do not help you process or facilitate the processing of your single permit. You do it yourself. But if the positions are very rare, professionals are very rare to fill in those positions, the sponsor, which is your Netherlands employer, can step in and interface on your behalf with the Immigration and Naturalization Services. Now, application. How can you apply for this visa? Now, before I talk about how you can apply for the visa, let me just throw a little light on people who are self-employed or entrepreneurs who are looking to go to the Netherlands to start their business. If you're going to the Netherlands as a self-employed person, a freelancer or an entrepreneur, you have to prove to the immigration and naturalization services that whatever product or services you're going to be offering when you get to the Netherlands is something that is going to help the people of the Netherlands, or is something that's going to be so economically viable that's going to help boost that economy. If you can prove this, you're going to be given a startup visa. Now, you need to understand, a startup visa is a type of work visa for entrepreneurs or people who are self-employed. You don't need to apply for a work permit when you get a startup visa. Now, this is the beauty of going to the Netherlands as a self-employed person or someone who is an entrepreneur. You get a waiver for work permit. So when people who are going with the Netherlands regular pay visa are looking, oh my God, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Oh God, oh God. You get the waiver, and you also get to get that instant authorization to get your resident permits to stay in the Netherlands, because obviously you're going there to start a business or to be a self-employed person. So you're going to be employing people, so you probably plan to stay there for a while. So you're going to need a resident permit, but that's going to be granted to you at the snap of a finger. So you already know now that even with the self-employed or entrepreneur startup visa, you're even going to get to the Netherlands before the 2 weeks or 14 days period I stated earlier in this video. However, to get a startup visa is very, very tricky, it's tedious, and it's strenuous, because there's a lot of documentation that you need to put through. They need to show, or they need to understand that you've done this before and it's a proof of concept, and this thing helped the people of a certain demographic in a different country, and you're just coming to the country to replicate this. There's a whole lot of proof, evidence, and stuff that you need to submit with your supporting documents before you put in your visa application for you to be granted a startup visa to the Netherlands. Now, whether you're applying for an entrepreneur or startup visa to the Netherlands, or you're applying for a regular Netherlands work visa for regular pay, there's certain documentations that you would need to put together during your visa application process. What are these documents? Number one, it goes without saying that you're going to need this document right here, this bad boy. You're going to need your international passport. So your passport has to be submitted. Obviously, who's going to travel without a passport? Yeah? So you need to submit a passport. You also need to submit a background security check that shows that you don't have a criminal record. You will need to submit a document that attests to the fact that all the information you provided in your application are correct. So if your age is your age, you need to provide your birth certificate. If you worked in this job before, or you worked in that job before, and you made references to this in your visa application, you need to provide proof. If you went to school and you bagged a master's degree or a PhD, by the way, there are visa work categories for people who are research scientists or people who are highly skilled. It's known as a highly skilled Netherlands work visa. I'm not going to go into all those other ones. If you want to know more about this, why don't you hit me down in the comment section, and I'm going to tell you guys about this. So you need those evidence, and this is going to attest to the fact that all the information you provided in your application are correct. You need a medical certificate that shows that you don't have tuberculosis and you were very healthy at the peak of health. These are all documents that you need to bundle together with your visa application, which, by the way, is not an online application. I repeat, your visa application form would have to be downloaded and printed and hand-filled. It's not an online application like the way it is in Canada or the UK or all these other countries. For the Netherlands, you need to download it and you need to fill it with a pen. And when you were scheduled to submit your visa application and supporting documents, you would have to book an appointment with your local Netherlands embassy or high commission. They're going to tell you you can come at XYZ date to submit your visa application and supporting documents. If you don't have a Netherlands embassy or high commission in your country, you would have to go to a city located in the nearest country to yours that has a Netherlands embassy or high commission to drop or hand in your visa application and supporting documents. Now guys, I'm sure you guys are going to be asking me, Fuse, tell us, how long does it take for the visa to be processed? How long do I get a decision? Slow down, Sailor, slow down. Come on now, slow down. Well, the processing time for your Netherlands work visa is from 2 weeks to 7 weeks. Now, it's for 2 weeks for people who have all their documents in a row. They've already processed your employment permits if you're going on a short stay, or they processed the single permits if you're going on a long stay, and they are just putting in your visa application because they've been accepted by a company. These people, the application is going to take only 2 weeks. Those people who have not finished with the other processes is going to take a little bit longer, 7 weeks, to get your decision of granted or denied. When you get into the Netherlands, you would have to book an appointment with the local services office for the city in the Netherlands that you are going to be moving to. Why do you have to do this? Because you will need to get your Dutch citizen number. Your Dutch citizen number is what legitimizes or legalizes your presence in the Netherlands. Without your Dutch citizen number, you're going to be taken as an illegal immigrant who can be deported from this country at any time. Okay, so you need to watch, these are 1 or 2 things that you need to watch when you get your visa to the Netherlands, your work visa to the Netherlands, and you're looking to start work with a company. If you do not get your Dutch citizen number, it's also going to negatively affect the company that is hiring you from your home country. They're going to be blacklisted, and they're not going to be able to take part in the overseas recruitment program that is being offered by the Netherlands. If you want to know more about how to move to the Netherlands using the Netherlands work visa, where you get to move to the Netherlands in literally 14 days, you might want to go to our website, which is Chronicles.com, where we go in depth and talk about all conditions, criteria, as well as all other visa subclasses in the Netherlands work visa category. Okay? So guys, I hope this video was helpful to people who are looking to relocate or move to the Netherlands. And I repeat, you can get this done in 14 days. You can literally move to the Netherlands, a country that is waiting to accept foreigners to come take up positions in companies in this country, a country where things are affordable, the laws are freer, and there's no restrictions like you find in other countries. Let me know down in the comment section whether you think the Netherlands is such a great place. Maybe you live in the Netherlands, or you have family members who have lived in the Netherlands. What's your experience like? Leave it down in the comment section. Or maybe you're interested in seizing this opportunity that's come your way. Why don't you leave it down there? And if this video was valuable to you guys out there, do your boy Fuse a favor, okay? Why don't you go down and smash that subscribe button, particularly if you're interested in learning how to travel to select countries around the world. I'm always coming out with these travel tips and hacks on how to get your visa approved and the documentation you need to access different borders or different countries around the world. So if this is your forte, if this is something you really want to know about, why don't you go down, smash the subscribe button, mutilate that subscribe button, and click on the bell icon, which is just beside the subscribe button, which is the notification bell that keeps you notified when we drop future valuable content just like this one. And somehow, maybe you're thinking, Fuse, this is good. I love this value sharing. Why don't you show me that you love it by giving us a thumbs up, which helps us a lot, by the way. It tells the YouTube algorithm that you found this video interesting. You're going to find more people just like you all around the world to share these videos with. And they're going to get the value you just got. And maybe you're telling me, Fuse, I want to get to you. I want to assess you. I will have questions for some videos you dropped last month. I don't want to drop comments in the comment section. I want to get to you up close and personally. Why don't you hit me up on one of my social media accounts? We're very active on the socials. You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, or Twitter. And my Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok handles are all the same. It's up there. at Fuse Chronicles. And like I always say, happiness is a choice. It's my desire that you choose to be happy today and not depend on your parents or your friends to make you happy, because it's your place to make yourself happy. And if you want to know more about how to access visas to the UK, maybe you're looking to become a European Union citizen and you don't know how to go about it, a video is going to pop up there. Or is it there? I'm not quite sure, but a video is going to pop up in one or two of them places that's going to tell you how someone just like you, a regular guy just like you, was able to travel to a country in Europe, study, and ended up becoming a European citizen. And you're going to watch and learn his story step by step and replicate it to get the same result. And until the next one, I remain your boy Fuse. I'll catch you next time. Bye bye.